Roll call.
Mr. Kane?
Present.
Mr. Dukic?
Present.
Mrs. Fawcett? Mr. Maciosi?
Present.
Mr. Poyer?
Present.
Alternates, Mrs. Turner? Mr. Madden?
Present.
Mr. Kunis?
Here.
Veronica Bennett?
Here.
And myself is present.
I guess we're gonna start with the citizens to address the commission, if anyone signed up.
Yeah.
What, walking up to the front?
Okay, Russell Urbaniak, you'll be first, you get 3 minutes.
Hello, I'm Russ Urbanek. I was wondering on the pipeline ordinance, one of the commissioners meeting, it had been mentioned that there were letters sent from the pipeline companies to the township about that ordinance. I was wondering if we would, if the public is able to see those letters and see what the pipeline companies had to say.
And if you submit a right to know request, I'm sure they'll give you a copy. If you come up here, fill out the form, I'm sure the township can give you a copy.
Okay, thank you.
Patty Hoffman. Phoebe.
Patty Hoffman, Duncan Station Road. Okay, I just, am asking you to stop and think and really pay attention to the pipeline ordinance this time, and not to just push it through and say that this is fine the way it is. I'm sure we're gonna get the same nonsense that we get every time, which is everything is fine, and everything that we wanted to do, we saw what, we got back from the county, and I can pretty much tell you what's gonna come from the industry. They're gonna tell you, you can't do it because the county said you can't do it, there's too many things that are wrong with it the way it is, so therefore, go back to the old one and don't worry about it, just push it through. But we've done that with everything else that we do. We don't stop and we don't think. And we have to stop and we have to think and we have to look at this and we have to say, what's going on with this? When you, look at the different pipeline ordinances that are already out there, what are they doing? Are we meeting what they're doing? Are there setbacks that we can put in our zoning ordinance to make this a safer thing? Whenever the pipeline exploded, that house and that person was 300 feet away from that. So do we need to make it safer in some way, shape, or form? Those are things that we have to look at, and you're going to hear the same thing that, oh, the DEP and the EPA and the PUC and whatever, FERC or whatever it is, that all these things are gonna protect us. They don't protect us. There was an article in the paper, read the article that was in the paper that tells you that there is nothing that's safe. That's not their job. That's not what they do. It says no federal, state, or local government has much of a say-so in where pipelines like this can go. So stop and think, read the articles, find out what's out there for pipeline ordinances. Just don't say that we're going to, just do whatever we want to do and hey, it's fine because it doesn't matter. But it does matter. I don't want to be that person whose pipeline explodes on the hill above me. I'll be 300 feet away from the pipeline. I don't want to explode. Do you? So please, don't just do what we normally do, push things through. And I'm not even sure what we're looking at right now. Which ordinance, or what are we back to? What ordinance is up
The
there?
original, yeah, the commissioner sent back the original version.
The original?
The original, yeah, there's two versions, there's the original, and there was one that planning recommended.
Okay, so that was the one that we started adding the safety things into, and they didn't like any of the safety things that we added into it, so stop and think, why? Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's everybody that's signed up for tonight. Does anybody else last minute want to sign up?
I just have a question, are we still having the rules of engagement, the question we asked later on? Like,
I can't hear you.
The rules of engagement for this committee used to be that you could have your speech at the beginning and then you could have 2 follow-up questions later on, and I would like to go ahead and leave that ability to find out when you start talking about things to have a point later on.
What do you, I'm sorry, Pat, what do you
On the planning, on the pipeline ordinance part.
Why don't you just make your comment? What do you mean, what's sure.
Well, I don't even know what time it's gonna be until I can hear what the discussion's gonna be.
I think he's asking, he would like to ask up to 2 questions after we discuss it.
Whatever, right?
Yeah.
You want 3 minutes afterward? Is
Uh,
that what you
Yeah.
want? Yeah.
Okay. Next agenda item,
Yeah, so, we hear the chairman, but yes, you want to do a motion first to do?
Right.
Okay, sorry.
next agenda item is the items for consideration on the motion to approve the minutes for the following meeting dates. This ranges from March 15th, 2017, November 1st, 2017, December 20th, 2017, January 17th, 2018, February 21st, 2018, March 21st, 2018, May 16th, 2018, June 20th, 2018, and then a special meeting, July 2nd, 2018, July 18th, 2018, August 15th, 2018, and the last is September 19th, 2018. What we're gonna do is, I guess, anybody have any changes that have not been already reviewed? So we're gonna need to make a motion. Motion. Second?
I'll second.
Second, okay, and all in favor? Okay, guys. New business, moving on, we're gonna kind of take care of some other things before we get into the pipeline ordinance, just to hold it off, on discussion points. There's some other things that are smaller and in discussion. Reapproval of the, Higginbotham consolidation plan, previously approved plan, is the new business.
Yeah, this is a plan that was pre-approved quite some time ago. The original was never filed, the property has since sold. They revised it, sent the plan back, and we need to reapprove it so we can get a fresh date and then file it. We just asked for, the planning commission's approval pending just the final double check with the LG.
Anyone would like to make a motion?
Did they follow the revision? Did you see the revision or?
You have the plan now. I just need to make sure it's the same as the one before, just to do a quick overview. It's just a simple subdivision, they were removing a lot line, and joining their parcel, their garage was on one parcel, the house was on another. So it should have been recorded, I wanna say in 2015 or something. It never got recorded and since has changed names. So the only change on it, from what we're being told anyways, is the property owner. So I would just like to go back, because I have a copy in the office that I can compare it to, if it's the same exact plan, then I recommend you approve it.
I'll make a motion pending, your review.
It's the same
But
thing.
it's the same plan, no changes to accept it.
I'll second that.
Second. All in favor?
Uh,
Ayes have it.
Do we have to confirm that next meeting?
Would you follow up with us?
Yeah, I'll send you a email.
John?
Yeah, when I get the review, I'll.
Old business, the campus subdivision plan.
I had issued a comment letter in January. The original plan, this is basically a lot line revision. We have 2 lots and we are just adding additional land to one lot and having a separate lot. So we still have 2 lots, just moving some lot lines. My comment that I was concerned with is, this is a remnant piece from an old subdivision that never continued on. So there should have been a cul-de-sac at some point in time installed there, and there never was. So the road just kind of dead end. So I had requested with the property owner that they provide that right of way so that if future lot would be developed, that they would be able to install a cul-de-sac so that way it works as a turnaround area. And that we wouldn't have a dead end road with no turnaround. They agreed to do that and they provided that information. I reviewed the plans and I'm satisfied with everything and meet their requirements.
Anybody have any questions or comments? Need a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Second, all right, and all in favor? Aye. All right, we're now gonna get into talking about the pipeline ordinance. And I don't know if everybody has received all that information and reviewed it, I know I have, hopefully everybody else has.
So if you guys remember, this went through, this board, for a long time, all the way up through, I think, a year and a half ago. And there were proposed changes, so there's two actual versions. There's the original version that we started the discussion on, and then there was the version that you guys made, red line changes to. So those are the two versions. So, the Board of Commissioners has recommended that the original version be sent back. However, there are, I think, 3 changes that they are also okay with. The first would be excluding the residential service lines. The second would be the check valves at the entries of the township. And the third would be a new change, which would be lowering the application fee from $50,000 down to $25,000. So those are the 3, so it's the original version, but with those 3 changes is what the commissioners would like you guys to consider.
Okay. This is open to discuss on those changes. Anybody wanna-
Why, I guess, we passed it with the revision, why not just send it back?
Yeah, you can, and the only reason that it's here is because when it went back up to the board, no action was taken, so under the NPC, we went past all the deadlines, so they kind of had to start the process over again. So that's really why it's back here. It's only a procedural issue under the NPC to make sure that it's done correctly with time limitations.
I say we send it back with the revisions of what we did before and let them decide what to do.
Once again, we're just recommending the commissioner make the final decision.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I mean, we passed it with all those revisions. They're saying to have the original with those 3 changes.
I'm okay with $50,000 application fee. Other than that, I still send it in.
Well, that's also in your, if you go back to your version that you recommended, you're saying that's what you want the commissioners, that's what you would recommend to them, that's.
So what you're saying is you'd like to change to keep it original to the 50,000?
Our revision had that in, said, make a motion just to send it back the way, our revised version. And make that motion to send it back as our revised version.
Okay, well, do you want to make that motion then?
Yes.
Okay, so are we going to make a second on that motion?
I'll second that.
Okay, and all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. Goes back to the commissioners.
All right.
Those changes. Would you like to ask your questions at this point?
So, okay. I'll just, no. I'll say no, I think I understand what's going on, so, great, thank you.
Okay, I think we covered pretty much everything on the agenda. So, with that, I guess we're gonna conclude the meeting, it's, 10. Motion to adjourn, and
Now, second that.
we're adjourned.